This is John Wayne Mercure, the Sonneteer, talking to you out there in cyberspace. Hey, I'm talking to humanity. I'm talking to you, ladies, you men. I'm talking to you, especially American Citizens United. Okay? I want you to remember this. I have a hard time thinking about, I'm a world history teacher. And how do people forget what happened in the last 100 years? 100 years ago, right now, 1920, almost all the people killed in World War II weren't even born yet. 100 years is just like that. And in that time, World War II was so awful, and we forget. We don't forget the veterans that served there, and some of them are still alive, and we don't honor them the way we should, because we really had to defeat Japan and Germany. And I wrote this sonnet about that movie. He's one of my favorite movie stars and directors, Mel Gibson. And I know some people don't like him, but he's a fantastic talent. You can't argue with his talent. And he has that movie, Hacksaw Ridge. I wrote this sonnet about that. Sonnet number 1022. Okinawa. People forget what that was terrible. The bloodletting was unbelievable. It was a cauldron of gore and blood. And we had to defeat Japan. And we did. The scourge of the samurai, the Japanese Empire, Imperial Japan. Cruelty unbelievable. They were urged on by military lunatics. Massacres. Holocaust horrible. 300,000 men, women, and children were tortured, raped, murdered in Nanking, China. The butchery was unbelievable. Mountains of dead in the name of Imperial Japan's savagery. All but forgotten now. Yet, in 2016, hey, I'm telling you, these people that were in Okinawa, they're all gone. And it's not just Okinawa, it's Guadalcanal. If you study about Guadalcanal, you can't believe how precious liberty is and how awful it was to have all of those Americans die in Guadalcanal and die in Saipan and Bougainville and Iwo Jima. Iwo Jima was awful and Guam was awful. Okinawa, really, really bad. Hell on earth. Rivers of blood. Island hopping. Going from island to island, getting the Japanese fortresses and crushing them. It was hacksaw to do that, to try to chew them up. There's a ridge that this movie is about, and that ridge is 350 feet high. And that's what this sonnet is about. And God, Brad Pitt, he said in the movie Fury, which is a great movie, he said, hey, people want ideals. They're peaceful. Ideals are peaceful. But history has never been anything but horrific violence, cruel misery. Pacifists, they don't want to fight, they don't want to defend themselves, they get marched right into the oven for showers and cremation. Moralists, they say it's wrong, they preen and profess shock at military destruction. Oh, they can't stand all that bloodletting, they can't stand it. Hiding behind the blood of others. Long gone in far-off graves. All those guys that died for us, those ladies that died for us, and they're gone, and they gave their lives for us. And these people that don't appreciate it, they pretend they're superior over the military. Their self-defense, they count on others to bleed for them, to die for them, to take a bullet for them. Japan and Nazi Germany had to be defeated. Now, no one even cares about that. They say, oh, that's old stuff. The land of the wimps, preaching demilitarization. We got to cut the American military. Well, Donald Trump, my hero, he's built up the American military. Thank God, because we need them. Without them, we're naked in front of our enemies. And we have enemies. In this movie, Hacksaw Ridge, this medic, he's really brave. Desmond Doss, D-O-S-S, Desmond Doss. What a great man. He got the Congressional Medal of Honor on Okinawa for taking wounded soldiers. They were really wounded really bad on top of this ridge. The ridge was 350 feet high, and he saved 75 soldiers. 75. I don't even understand how it's possible. He was really religious, and he was always praying, God, please let me save one more. Well, he saved 75, lowering them down 350 feet. That's the size of a 35-floor high apartment building. A building that's 35 stories high. Yeah, up and down 75 times. And he was scared to death, I'm sure, but he relied on God. He was a conscientious objector, a medic. He saved lives, and that's what medics do. They're crucially essential in brutal combat. I'll tell you, critics come out from under the slimy rocks and they don't like Mel Gibson, and I wonder about that. I mean, they criticize him. They're these Hollywood... I don't want to use whores, but come on, man. They're always slandering people. Mel Gibson is a genius. I think it's Saul Alinsky's demons. You know those people in the Church of Satan? Huh? Saul Alinsky demons? Have you ever looked him up on the internet? You should. All right? Well, we don't want to offend now. We don't want to offend Japan. We got to forget their war crimes. Hey, we got to rebuild our military, and we've done that through Donald Trump. Thank you, Sir Trump. America is running out of time if we don't have a military. The Passion of the Christ that Mel Gibson did, this terrific movie. That's one of the best movies I've ever seen to show the suffering of Jesus Christ, the Passion of the Christ. He had a movie called Apocalypto. Terrific movie. Really good. I didn't even know any of the actors, but he made the story so intense, you've got to really care about them. He made them come alive, really come alive. In Braveheart, that's one of the greatest movies I've ever seen about Scotland. Braveheart, The Patriot, about Francis Marion, the Swamp Fox in the Revolutionary War in the United States. He kept an entire British army holed up in the South fighting against Francis Marion, the Patriot. It actually won the war because, hey, they were tied up there, while up north, George Washington had his hands full. Well, I'll tell you, this is a good movie, The Patriot, and this Mel Gibson never would have happened if he hadn't have filmed it. Well, jealous wannabes, they want to be a big director and a big movie star. It's just fanatical envy, not liking Mel Gibson. These critic idiots. War is hell and cruelty, and you cannot refine it. Who said that? General Sherman said that. War is hell. We need an invincible American military ready for action, and we got one. The best military in the world. Freedom reveres patriotism. All the veterans out you, thank you, Sir Mel Gibson, for that movie, Hacksaw Ridge. And what this sonnet is about is all you veterans out there, I don't think you get the respect you deserve. And I'm trying to give it to you. At least I'm trying. And you American citizens united out there, we got guys that come back, they're blind, and ladies come back blind from explosions, and arms gone and legs gone, and they're really in bad shape, and they need our respect and our honor and our support. And I'm asking you out there, please help. All right? Okinawa, people forget that. You look that up, man. That was not possible. Anybody that doesn't believe in God, you tell me how it's possible that he lowered up and down 75 badly wounded soldiers and was able to do that. God let him do that. That was God, and he's possessed by God, and he even said so. Well, I'm just telling you, veterans are out there giving their lives, and they're volunteering now. They're volunteered to take a bullet for us. Hey, give them some respect. Please help them, okay? Veterans out there, God bless you. Thank you for listening. Au revoir. Mes amis.